Now, if you're someone like me who watches anime and you keep up with all the seasonal shows, then you can't deny the fact that Winter 2021 was a stacked season. I mean, you had shows like Horimiya, Dr. Stone, Mushoku Tensei, Re:Zero, Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan, the list goes on, and all these shows just like filled up my social media feed. They were all, literally the lineup for this season was just all hype shows. And now that we're moving into spring 2021 season, it's obvious that the hype just really isn't here. I mean, the season doesn't look that bad. Shows like My Hero, Slime, Iruma-kun, Megalobox, and some other shows are getting new seasons, which is nice. And there's some new shows that I'm really excited about, actually, like Nagatoro, the Shaman King remake, and this really sketchy named show, I Shaved and I Brought a High School Girl Home. I mean, the name is really sketchy. I'm not gonna like walk around it, but I mean, it's actually really good. I've read the manga for this one and I've been reading it for a while. I've been keeping up with it, and this is one of the animes I'm actually really excited about. Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, none of this stuff is like really stand out. It's all just kind of mediocre. I mean, it just compared to Winter 2021, spring just doesn't really stand a chance. However, for the spring 2021 season, one show for me makes up for all this mediocrity, and it's kind of like making my hype for this season ginormous. And it seems like this show has flown under everybody's radar. Tokyo Revengers. Now, okay, a lot of people know about Tokyo Revengers. The trailer played at this year's Anime Awards with no audio for some reason. I'm still kind of confused about that one. I mean, was I the only one that was confused when, like, this was on screen? And I mean, they made this trailer with dialogue and audio, but then for the Anime Awards, they just removed it. I mean, it still had audio, it had some, like, generic music over it, but, like, am I the only one that thinks that's weird? I don't know, but anyways, being, like, one of the 20 people that have read the Tokyo Revengers manga, I know fully just how much potential Tokyo Revengers has. In my mind, this could be one of the best shows to air next season, if not the best. The Tokyo Revengers manga is awesome. It's honestly one of the best newer manga I've read. I mean, it came out, like, in 2017, so I guess it's not that new, but you know what I mean. I love everything about the Tokyo Revengers manga, but I mean, I still have my concerns for the anime, but when the source material is just so good, it just would be so hard to mess up, but you know, there's always a chance. I'm gonna try to keep this spoiler-free. Any specific events I talk about basically happen in, like, the first chapter, so you guys don't really need to worry. I'm also going to try and keep this, like, summarization brief for you guys. I don't want to spend too much time explaining the story of Tokyo Revengers, because I'm really going to be going over, like, the first chapter, and you could just read that for yourself, and it would take, like, 5 minutes. Or you could just read the Mal summarization, it would take you, like, 5 seconds. So I don't really want to spend too much time on this. I'm just going to try to put my own spin on it just to speed this up. Anyways, if I were to describe Tokyo Revengers with a comparison, I would say it's, like, Erased, Steins Gate, and some, like, random delinquent manga, and they were all mixed together. So the basic plot of Tokyo Revengers revolves around Hanagaki Takemichi, and he's like a 20-something-year-old, and in the year 2017, he has like basically a dead-end job, he lives in a filthy apartment, and he has no friends left. So basically his life kind of sucks, and then one day when he's watching the news, he finds out that his girlfriend from when he was in like middle school, high school time, was killed by the Tokyo Manji gang, who are like the most violent gang in Tokyo. Basically, Takemichi's like all depressed and he's like constantly thinking about Hinata. And then one day, after he falls in front of a train and is about to die, he like wakes up and he's like 12 years in the past, back when he was actually in middle school and he was still dating Hinata. In the past, when Takemichi was in like middle school, high school times, he was basically a wannabe delinquent, but like he wasn't really like tough or anything. He was just like a wannabe. He dyed his hair blonde, but he was like a short kid. And, like, he hung around with the rest of his gang, but they really just, I mean, you see them in the manga instantly get beat up by a group of high schoolers, so that just shows how weak they are. Side note, I'm really happy we're getting an anime with flip phones again. I do not like anime with smartphones. I don't know, it just feels off to me with smartphones. Like, I've grown up my whole life watching anime with flip phones, and now everyone has a smartphone, and it just feels weird. I don't know. That's just my little thing. Anyways. And so Takemichi sees this as an opportunity to save Hinata, so he decides that, like, the best way of doing this is to join up with the Tokyo Manji gang, who actually have, like, formed during Takemichi's, like, middle school years, and he's gonna, like, rise up through the ranks to basically try and prevent them from becoming, like, a really violent gang in 2017. That's the basic plot of Tokyo Revengers. And while the story to Tokyo Revengers isn't revolutionary, I mean, I could name, like, 5 anime and manga off the top of my head, where, like, a main character dies and then is sent to the past to, like, redo their life. But the thing about Tokyo Revengers is that even though its story isn't the most original, it's just good. It's just really good. I love everything in this manga. The characters, the story, the action. The action is probably one of the highlights, though. The action in Tokyo Revengers is amazing. It's violent, bloody, and it's really over the top for what you would see as like middle school, high school, like gang violence, but it's just awesome. I don't want to go too in-depth on Tokyo Revengers, you know, I don't want to make like a really in-depth review because this series is going to air in like a week or two from when I'm uploading this video, so I kind of want you guys to have your own experience with the show, but I just want to tell you guys how much I love this manga and how excited I am for this anime release, and hopefully I've given you guys enough information to be excited yourselves about this upcoming anime, and if you don't want to check out the anime, at least check out the manga, give it a chance, it's really good, even if the genre might not be something you're interested in. I mean, the writing and all the characters and everything, it's just so great in Tokyo Revengers that there's something for everyone, really. But yeah, guys, that's my take on the new Tokyo Revengers anime adaptation. I'm really excited for this, and I hope you guys are now too. And if the anime doesn't turn out good, please read the manga. The manga for Tokyo Revengers is so good, and it's totally worth the read. And yeah, guys, I'll leave the links for the trailers in the description. I think there's about 2 trailers out for Tokyo Revengers, so give them a watch if you're interested. And that's basically it, guys. I don't know what else to say. I guess I'll just end it here. Please check out Tokyo Revengers.